With the help of these Tranquil Tangles, we're going to reach a Zen state. Up next. Hello, my little lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gigi. We are going to have so much fun today. I love this set so much. We're going to start with some Master Black and what's it? Some French tip. White and black. We're going to do 2 nails, the pinky and the thumb in the black, and then these other 3 nails are going to get the white. That Master Black is pigmented, guys. Really watch out. Thin coats, because there was a wrinkling. There was an issue. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are being super thin with those coats. 3 thin is always better than 2 even slightly thick coats. So just make sure that you are being very aware of what you're doing when you're doing that. Don't be even a little thick. Clean that brush. So what I'm doing now is just mapping out where I'm going to put my lines, as we're going to make sections here so that we can do our Zentangle. And basically, that's all a Zentangle is. You're creating some spaces, and within those spaces, you're bringing movement and image and whatever is making you happy. I've seen so many different Zentangles where, like, it'll be wavy squares, and those squares will have more squares or dots or lines, and they're all a little different and all a little awesome. And honestly, I'm new to Zentangles. They had not been in my knowledge spaces up until recently. I want to say within the last year or so. And maybe I'd seen them, but I hadn't really known that they were like this meditative art form. And I wouldn't say I felt meditative, but I did just sort of flow with the art and just let it take over and let it inform what was going to happen on the nails. And it was super fun, guys. If you've been thinking about doing Zentangles, this might be what we're going to do today. Might be a real easy way for you to dip your toe in, because you don't have to be a great artist to do Zentangles. You don't have to be able to, draw portraits or any of the things that might be challenging for some of us. Zentangles are really forgiving. At least I found them to be so. And really fun. And as you can see, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes today. While we're talking about mistakes, let's go ahead and tell you the first thing that I would change if I were doing this set right this moment. As you can see, the white has a black. Okay. It has a matte top coat on it. I would not do that again. I would just use a base coat on top of the white, because that matte top coat is really staining from the black, and it's taking a lot more effort to get it clean than you want. So if you do use a matte top coat, though, if you just really need that matte surface, have some acetone ready, because you want to be able to get rid of the staining, because it does leave a shadow behind. Okay, so now we're just going to continue here with the lines. And while I'm doing that, let me just say really quickly, I know I've not been around for a few days. One, I apologize. I always try to be here for you guys. Sometimes I can't make it happen. And for that, I want to say I'm sorry, but I also want to say thank you, because you guys are the best. And when I do have to take a little bit of time away, you always come back, and I appreciate that so much. And you guys are literally the best. So thank you. There's a couple reasons, I guess, why I was gone. Partially, I just can't get over this last cold that I got. It's just not going away all the way, and I need to call my doctor and tell them, hey, I'm not getting over this cough. My breathing's not getting better, and I need a little help. And then also, maybe even partially because I've been sick, and then partially because it's the end of summer, and although I'm excited that temperatures are starting to go down, by the end of summer, the summer sadness, it's been around so long that it can kick me into having a little bipolar flare up. And that's where we were this last week, just having a little flare up. And I could have forced myself to finish this video. I already had it mostly finished when my feet got knocked out from underneath me, but every time I tried to do the voiceover, I could tell that I wasn't okay. And I did not want to bring that energy to you guys. There's just no reason for it. I can manage it. I can get over it. I can get through it. But there's no reason to drag the channel into that, right? So that was what I decided to just press pause and come back in a few days when I knew I could bring better energy to you guys and to this video, which honestly really deserves better energy. It's a good video, and I'm really proud of this set. So there you go. That's all that was. We don't want to put too much on it, because the more you put on stuff like that, the stronger it gets. And I don't need that to be stronger. I definitely don't need it to be stronger. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit here and trying to make my lines a little more straight and thick and just there, I guess is the word we're going to use. Just a little more there. So today I watched the last episode of Project Runway. Are you guys keeping up with that? I'm in this Reddit group for Project Runway, and it is just incredible how much people like to be angry about stuff. Like the insinuations that there's so much drama in this season are hilariously laughable to me. There has been almost no drama at all. I mean, there's been a couple times when people cry, and VJ likes to try to stir the pot. And I actually saw a post today or yesterday, I want to say, where somebody was like, oh, they're purposely, trying to cast VJ as the villain. I'm like, I think VJ is handling that job on her own. She doesn't actually need anybody, because nobody's forcing her to say the words that she's saying in the interviews. What she says is how she feels, right? So now that we have all of the lining going, out, now we're going to come in and make sections in between each of the sections where we've already sections and sections. We got sections on sections on sections. Okay. That's what we're doing, sections. So, like in last night's episode, she's all still talking about how she wants one of the twins to go home, still talking about how, she's going to be stirring the pot. And that's her. That's what she wants to do. If that's the energy she wants to bring to the show, she makes herself a villain. Nobody's doing that for her, right? So now on the section, stagger things around, right? We're not trying to make an exact spider web or anything, in which a spider web doesn't have to be exact, but sometimes they are, okay? But that's not what we're going for, although it does definitely have a spider webby vibe. So you could definitely, that's such a good idea. We definitely have to make a spider web Zentangle for Halloween. That's a good idea. We're going to do that. We're going to do that, definitely. So if you've not subscribed, do so. You don't want to miss that video. And we're going to keep making these. We're just going to keep making these little sections. And then we're going to start filling those sections in. And that's actually, to me, that's where the fun part kicks in. Here's all of our sections made. And what I'm going to do is do some actual like dotting and whatnot myself and a little bit of hand painting, but mostly I'm gonna use stamps. Now that stamp didn't come up very good, but there was a corner that was still really good. And because we're working with sections, I was able to just pop it right in there. And then with a little cleanup magic, we can make sure that it gets all cleaned up and beautiful. Here we go. Sorry about that. I was just getting me some good acetone in the cap there. And then we're just going to straighten that up and clean everything. Now, as you can see, I'm a little further along in the filling of the sections than I should be. This is what happened. I don't actually know how it happened, though. I have two lights that I work with, one big like rectangle light that just is hovering over the whole thing. But then I also have a longer rectangle like desk lamp that I also use. And somehow that lamp got moved and was underneath the camera. So the entire, a good chunk of the video is just recording the back of the lamp. So I just started laughing when I realized. I was like, what is going on? But there was definitely enough footage that you can still see exactly what I'm doing to accomplish everything. Sometimes I'm coming in with my brush and doing this, and other times I'm hitting it with a stamp. And you can see that because I use the stamps, every single square tells its own story. We've got florals in here. We've got checkerboards in here. We've got lines in here. And just like this one is all squares, all in together. And we've got actual stripes. And then I came in with the dotting tool and we've got waves up there. And then I put a piece of wheat right there. It's just, there's no rhyme or reason. And that's the beauty of the Zentangle, is that you can take it anywhere you want to. Once you've put down your sections, the sky is the limit, you guys. There's just no limit to what you can accomplish inside those little sections. Like we've got swirls right there. And there's a star right there. And I love this little flower of life right here. And just, it's all so pretty. So you could definitely do this as a matte set. You could put a matte top coat on here. I just felt like, and I did consider it, but I felt like as soon as I hit it with a shiny top coat, I was like, no, this brings it to a whole new level. And I like the depth that it added to everything. Guys, excuse me for my voice. This is what I'm saying. I'm not, whatever that cold was, I did not get all the way over it. And I'm not enjoying it. There you go. That's all. Let's not put any more on it than that, though, right? Let's not strengthen things. So now that we've got our whole set this far, gonna come in with this real pretty topper. And this topper is by Modelones. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I hemmed and hawed about what to do with these black ones. I had a different idea. It didn't work out. It's not that it didn't work out, it's that I didn't work out. I need to practice it some more, but I'm going to practice it, and we are going to make it happen on this channel. So we did that blue topper. I just felt like the blue was the right color. It felt pretty. It's like a cool blue. And it just, I need cool things in my life right now because summer in the desert, it sucks. So we're going to bring this beautiful gem. This is one of the gems that I bought from that TikTok shop. I want to say it's called Maris, DIY, MERIS, Maris. So check them out if you're looking for gems. They've got all kinds of gems. They've got flat back gems. This is not an ad for them. I just like them. Okay. They got the flat backs. They've got charms. They've got things like this that have pointy backs. If you're a jewelry maker, right, you could use this kind of a gem for stuff like that. Really pretty, really pretty. And I wasn't upset by the price. Although, you know, if you're making jewelry and stuff, you might be looking for better prices, right? I just did it because I saw them. They were doing a quick pick situation, or not a quick pick. I'm thinking lottery right now. They were doing like uh, a live sale thing where you say, hey, I'm going to claim that, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Um, anyway, and I found the experience to be lovely. I like them a lot. So I feel like I'd buy some more. Make sure if you've been playing around with your gem like I have, that you clean it off. Make sure you clean it off so you don't have any stuff on there. And you can see how I left a little residue. Let's get that off. Beautiful. You don't want to mess with the shine of your beautiful gems. Now I am only going to show you this thumbnail because the pinky nail is exactly the same. And that just, you know, keeps us from repeating ourselves too much. Too much. I love that gem. I love the color shift of it. It's a little pink. It's a little green. There's a little purple on the edges. It's everything that's beautiful. Everything beautiful. Now we're just going to come in with some AB crystals because they pick up all the colors, right? No matter what you're adding, it's going to reflect whatever you put it with. And so I felt like that was going to be real pretty for what we're doing here. Now I do want to say same cluster on the pinky, but when you see the whole set together, because the pinky is smaller, the cluster looks ever so slightly different, particularly on the bottom. But to the best, I did the best I could, but it didn't, maybe I should have used smaller AB crystals. I don't know. It's almost exactly the same, just not 100%. The shape's a little bit different because it's more round, right? Because it's a pinky nail. It's smaller. Now we're coming in with some nice top coat. The top coat and base coat that we use today, I want to say is Savalon. It's been, I did this set like more than a week ago. So there you go. I'm pretty sure it's Savalon though. But I think the matte top coat is actually Gellin. I think it's Gellin. Could be Beetles though. Guys, I'm just not sure. I have to be honest, not sure. All right, we're just about done with this top coat here. Look at that. I love that blue. And here's the set. And you can see what I mean. It's just because the rounding, it's smaller, right? So it didn't sit exactly the same way as it does on the thumb. I should have thought about that, but I didn't. But anyway, I love this Zentangle set. This is my first one. Not going to be my last though. So if you like this kind of look, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe. Please share it as well. If you have any groups or places that you share nails, go ahead and share. I love that. Thank you so much. Guys, let me know what you think about these in the comment section below. Would you do a set like this? Would you wear a set like this? I think they're super fun. And now I can't wait to do a really big, beautiful spider web and then Zentangle it. And maybe even leave some of them a little open. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We're going to see you in the next video. Mwah! Bye-bye.